Earl was a police reporter at the time with the Baltimore Sun. And after his stint, he would come up to the Red Fox and listen to Ethel sing. So the wife of the owner, George Fox, Reba said, "Oh, Ethel, you got to meet this man. So he's a nice guy and blah 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 and so forth." Okay, so he was nice, and
He was also white.
yeah. Well, now, okay. This was told to me before I met him that I would meet someone like him. I found this out when I was in London. And I, going to someone who reads cards or something, and she said, "You're going to meet someone who's very light, and he'll be traveling with you and blah, 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 and blah." And I said, And that was in 60, I was told this. And I met Earl in 67. So,
Was it love at first sight?
the girl he was with said so.
Okay.
She looked at him and said, "Oh, my, my, my." Mm-hmm. And I was just, being Ethel. Nice guy. And I think we were all, the club was closing. And this is, of course, he wasn't with her this time, and he was alone. And we all said we're going to get something to eat afterwards. So I said, and he was leaving. I said, "Oh, Earl, would you like to go with us?" So he said, yeah. So he was driving a car, I guess his father gave him or something, a Rambler, and it was a Nash Rambler or something like that. And it didn't have reverse in it or something. And I'm out there pushing this car, trying to get it going in the right direction so we can meet up with the gang at the restaurant. So he was just a nice person. He really was. So he started, coming in, and, we'd be talking. And he said, "Well, I have another," he had a position as a feature writer, and he would like to write a story about me. And I said, okay. So he came to the house, to interview me. And he came to the house to interview me. And he came to the house to interview me. And the neighbors said, "This is going to be an encyclopedia." And he, he was writing. It was never published. He married me instead. He said, "I can't." So we had one date. And that was in March. We had a date. And I had to go out to the West Coast. And he came out there where I was, and I said, "Oh, this guy is serious." I got nervous a little bit there, So we honeymooned for, I was there, I guess, by 3 months or a month or so. No, maybe a month I was out there. So we honeymooned, we married in August. Now, we had one date in March, and we married in August.
Now,
And
you've talked about his feelings, but what about your feelings? When all of this was kind of developing, There are laws against miscegenation in
Yes,
Maryland.
yeah. And
And
in
yet-
fact, we didn't even know that. We
And
were
yet-
married in we got married in Aspen, Colorado. We had no idea about the Maryland law, which was changed that year.
But still,
Yeah.
even without the reality of knowing about the law,
Yeah,
the thought of an interracial marriage at that point
yeah.
in the country, that was a
And
major
in his
thing.
family, his father didn't like it too much, and my mother definitely didn't like it.
Were you worried at all?
No, dumb and good, you just don't worry about things like that. No. Let other folks worry. They did too. They worried about it.
But you had decided that you loved this man.
He was so nice. I couldn't believe it. Listen, after being married to, Satan's right-hand man, and I thought, in fact, tell you the truth, I thought Earl was gay. He was so nice. And he's just a gentle man. He was so wonderful. And listen, 40 years later, it's okay with me.
But everybody, it sounds like everybody around you all, your mother, his family.
Father, yeah. Well, it's not his family. His father was upset. Now, I don't know about his mother, tried to, I think she just tried to just smooth everything and, But I wasn't, I think I was, it had to been 9 years before his father just said, come into the family, And, yeah, I was accepted after 9 years of marriage.
And what about your mother? When did she come to terms with it?
I don't think she's, I don't think she ever did. I mean, yeah, it was okay, it was done, but no.
Why did she disapprove so much?
Well, how people say, when they say white, one wrong white, all wrong. So I guess that's what you looked at it. You don't take them on the individual basis,
So she didn't really have time to get to know him very well. I mean, I would assume.
Yeah. Are you kidding? Because when Mother was diagnosed with cancer, he would drive up to New Jersey to take her to Philadelphia for treatment. And he did this regularly. You have to, go there regularly to get this treatment, and that's what he would drive up. And so, no, she knew him, and I guess, she didn't embrace him, tolerated him, I guess.